let's start the meeting, please. Welcome to the Borough Board. Tonight is the presentation expansion of the... Driving me crazy. Tonight is the expansion of Long Island City Business Improvement District. We do have one announcement tonight, which is we have a new chair of Community Board 2, and that is Denise Keehan. Where are you, Denise? There you go. That might be the last round of applause.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yay! Congratulations to you. I know that you will do a fine job.
Thank you.
Continue the great work that you do. We do have with us tonight Councilmember Costa Constantinides, Councilmember Barry Kudenchik, and Councilmember Paul Malone, Deputy Borough President Calvin Miller. And do we have any replacements tonight? All the chairs are here. What's going on?
First day of summer.
We're missing it.
Summer happy.
Just want to know what's going on. Okay. Tonight we have Blaze Backer, Deputy Commissioner of Department of Small Business Services, Liz Luskin, President of the Long Island City Partnership, with us to make a presentation of the expansion of the Long Island City bid to now include a triangle area generally bounded by the properties on the street fronts of Jackson Avenue, Vernon Boulevard, and 44th Drive. As you know, Long Island City is a fast-growing area in Queens. The member-generated fees and self-governance will help to pay for and provide street maintenance, security, marketing, and promotions. The presentation is the result of a collaborative planning effort of the Long Island City bid and the affected business and property owners, the elected officials, and several community and civic leaders. Following the presentation, there'll be a Borough Board vote on this proposal. First of all, we welcome Councilmember Karen Kozowitz. Thank you. We welcome Deputy Commissioner Backer and Liz Luskin. The floor is yours.
Okay. Is this on? Okay, great. First of all, I want to thank everyone for their time this evening. I know Monday evening is a very fun time, but thank you very much. And I'm going to quickly go through this presentation. We handed out a fact sheet about the expansion that covers some of this as well, but I just want to walk you through. The Long Island City Partnership is the local development corporation for the Long Island City area. Many of you would have known it originally as the Long Island City Business Development Corporation. We rebranded a few years ago to the Partnership. We also manage the Long Island City current Business Improvement District, which on your map is the blue properties. And the reason we are here tonight is because part of those properties on the north side of Queens Plaza North are in CB1, and everything else in there is in CB2. This expansion is only going further into CB2. It is not changing the properties that are in CB1. So in the existing bid, which has been around since 2005 on Queens Plaza and Court Square, we provide daily supplemental sanitation. That's on top of what the city does. We have an ambassador who goes out and keeps an eye on things and helps people with directions, but also interacts with the merchants and the police and everyone. We maintain directly on Jackson Avenue and then through the Parks Department on Queens Plaza and Dutch Kills Green, the improvements there. We obviously advocate for the area. We do various public arts and programs and have participated with DOT in the wayfinding signage program. There's been many years of discussion around expanding the bid to include the areas that are now in the proposed expansion. We formed a formal steering committee to guide this effort in 2014 with the help of Joe Conley, amongst others. Thank you, Joe. I should say that the effort has been strongly supported by Councilmember Van Bramer, both with his moral support, but also financially helped us to pay for the costs of mailings and so on. The Borough President's Office has been very involved. Sharon Yoni and also Melda, the Borough President, sits on the existing bid board, as does CB1 and CB2. And so we started the steering committee a couple of years ago. It is representative of all 3 corridors geographically, as well as we have property owners, business owners, residents. Many people are all 3 or 2 of the 3. And we work to develop the proposal to take through the public process that I'm going to show you. We've now gone through all the public process up through CB1 and CB2, both of which, thank you, have voted to approve this expansion. The next step after coming to you tonight will be going to city planning and then to the city council. So this is the map that you have, and but with the line between the 2 community boards highlighted for you better. So the blue properties are the existing bid, which is split between CB1 and CB2. The pink properties are the expansion area. And for those of you who know the area, this is really connecting the spaces between the transit hubs. So you have the Port Square Transit Hub, you have the Vernon-Jackson Transit Hub, and the ferries and so on, and taking the key retail corridors and business corridors and connecting them back to those transit hubs to increase foot traffic for the benefit of the businesses in the area. The current conditions in the area are not very well managed. There's ponding issues, there's overgrown things, but even where that isn't there, it's generally a bit dark, a bit unlively, and the businesses in the area suffer because people come out of the subway and they don't walk down Vernon, for example, to go to Mandicotti's Rustica, or they don't go out the other way to go to Mandicotti's because the streets are just not inviting, and so people want to enliven that. So the key needs that I spoke about that the group identified and that have been validated through all kinds of outreach, through surveys and one-on-one conversations and public meetings and so on, is that people, the businesses in the area as well as the other people in the area really want more foot traffic. They want people to circulate through the area, to come to the businesses more, to make the area more successful. We have a lot of new buildings, but the people from those aren't connected into these retail corridors, and it would be better for them too to know more about what's in the area. So it's about customers, visitors, customers. To improve the spaces, the streetscape and so on, help there to be a more diversified retail mix and generally quality of life improvements. The kinds of things that folks in the area want are like similar to what we're doing in the existing area. Supplemental sanitation on top of what the city does, beautification, marketing, other kinds of things to highlight the area and advocacy. But in this case, not supplemental security. It is thanks to the great work of the 108th, one of the absolutely safest neighborhoods in the city. It's more about having people feel safe with enough lighting and things like that, but the money would not be spent for supplemental security. So the proposed budget for this new triangle is $350,000. The formula that was chosen by the steering committee would put most of that onto the retail frontage of buildings, or just the frontage of buildings, because this improvement is really about the streetscape. And as in all the newer bids, there's no assessment on residential. The commercial properties pay a mix of foot frontage and assessed value. Mixed-use properties only on the foot frontage, so the retail portion, and a wholly residential property just pays $1. The distribution of this along the properties that are in this means that the vast bulk are paying, it's really $660. I think it's like 60% are paying less than $660. I'll show you on the next slide. But for a typical property, say on Vernon, you're talking about $510 a year, not a month, a year. So this is the distribution of the assessments amongst all the properties in the expansion, and as you can see, 60%, as I said, are paying less than $660 a year, not a month, a year. And we worked very hard, the steering committee, to make sure that the costs were low and that they were, we hope, fairly distributed. Oops, that was the last slide. So it's we say it's a modest proposal. We're not talking about major capital improvements. We're not talking about flooding the streets with security people.